Ladies and gentlemen, this is Tony Chimmel, the GOAT of ring announcers. And you're listening to the Marks Podcast on YouTube.
I can't see shit.
Jesus.
I just know there's some ugly guy in a referee t-shirt to my right who thinks he's fucking sexy. That's better.
He was blind and deaf for a second. He had the Helen Keller experience for just a few
Not
seconds.
pleasant. Like you can't, hold on.
Well, wait, Jacob. He might actually hear better. He might actually see and hear better with the mask on. He looks better with the mask on.
You good there, pal?
Hey, watch it. Hey, put it on. Put it on. Put it on.
Welcome. Didn't they chant that at One Night Stand? Like, didn't they do that to like Psychosis or something? Like, put the mask on.
Well, we're back, and Jacob has joined us for a momentous occasion. Some people said it would never happen. Hell, I said it would never happen because I was going to end up killing Gerard. We have reached episode 50 of the Marks Podcast.
Yeah.
Yay.
Where's the sound effect at? Yeah, I was like, where's the sound effect at?
Oh.
The big old 5 goose egg.
Jacob has been here for 3 of them.
Fuck you. You bastard.
Whether in mind or body.
Or at sometimes from a toilet.
That's only happened once that I can remember. But yeah, no, it's the 50th episode, guys. I mean, since there's so much going on in the world of professional wrestling, Logan Paul is in the vision now, huh?
Well, I don't think he is. You're saying that. I think he's working with the vision because, look, we have Survivor Series coming up.
Yeah, that's true.
And I put the thumbnail together that way because I feel like we should talk about that. Logan Paul working with the vision, and we have one big looming shadow if there's going to be a fucking War Games. And that's Brock Lesnar. With the way they've put him together, right? The way they've built Brock up, how the fuck does he not destroy everybody?
Here's my thing. When you look at the video they have there of these 4 guys at the poker table.
That's WrestleMania. That has nothing to do with War Games.
Oh, okay, you're right. Okay.
The fuck, Alzheimer's mother.
Still, Brock Lesnar is a Paul Heyman guy.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think you're going to see him come out. But I don't know if he's involved in the match to start with. Because.
Hold on, time out. We need to get a fucking video that says, well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Gerard's crazy booking idea. The man who brought you cardboard signs. The man who brought you the referee being in disguise the whole time.
What I'm saying is, where do you go if you have him involved in War Games? He ain't going to be around. It's not like he's going to come out and wrestle every week.
I can tell you exactly where you go. You want to know where to go? You have him in War Games. Great. So during the match, the Vision is whooping that ass and getting everybody down. You think it's going to be over, and then he's going to go spear CM Punk, misses, and hits Brock Lesnar, which sets up your next big fucking deal. You have Braun Breaker versus Brock Lesnar.
For what, the Rumble?
Sorry, my bad. I forgot I had laundry.
Just to try to get fucking Breaker over more.
I'm saying is,
well, that's basically the whole. That's really the whole point of the whole faction to begin with. That's why when that's why I keep saying Rollins' injury is a blessing in disguise. I mean, I wouldn't even say blessing in disguise, just a true blessing from heaven above. But and it just sped up the process, like for Braun Breaker, I think.
But when would the match happen? Though? That's my only question.
January. What's in January? Royal Rumble season. Yeah, so then Royal
Rumble. Yeah, they probably want a big match, for the Saudi Rumble.
I mean,
You know, I just say I think we just gotta, you know, with Brock being in the War Games match, I just can't see
We
Brock.
don't know
and
that. We
Logan
don't
Paul.
know that yet, but yeah.
I know, but I just can't see a scenario where Brock and Logan Paul are going to be on the same team. That's weird to me. It's like uncanny valley.
Okay, so this is what I think may happen. I think you put those. Well, what I think you told me, right, Trips, that they're basically trying to set up CM Punk versus Logan Paul at Survivor Series, or no, at main of Saturday night's main event. So you do them in the War Games, great, okay. Here's one more. You don't do Logan or you don't do Brock and fucking Breaker at the Rumble. You save that bitch, and you have Brock get his revenge in the Rumble on Breaker, setting up the feud for a WrestleMania match. Braun Breaker.
Yeah, I would prefer if that's a Mania match.
Braun Breaker, Brock Lesnar, the Royal Rumble. I'm sorry, WrestleMania.
you know what the only problem with I have with that?
What?
At Brock's age and his abilities,
Yeah.
he still outdoes Braun Breaker every day of the week, twice on Sundays. Brock Lesnar, speaking for himself, outdoes Braun Breaker.
Okay.
What do you do for Braun Breaker to build him up to where it's legitimate for him to go?
It's a sink or swim kind of situation, right? They tried to do that to Austin Theory, him in and let this fucking bloop in his face. Another guy who they think is, I mean, he's still hired by the company, but are they burying him? What's the deal with that?
Who's that one?
Austin Theory. You don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't been on the show in like 5 months now. It's been a while, and then of course, like there was rumors that he was going to be, the newest member of the Vision, but I think Rollins' injury kind of derailed that. I don't know. I mean, I would like to see Theory back because I genuinely think he's good, but I don't know. Like, because I think Theory could be a good baby face, but I just don't want to see him like in a weird. But I think him and Paul Heyman could be a good pairing too. I don't know.
My big thing with that was the last time that Theory even had some kind of notoriety, he had an entire faction around him, and that was the way in NXT.
You know what's funny is we're talking about this right now. You guys, you guys do know what today's anniversary is, right?
Your first hemorrhoid.
No. Survivor Series.
Okay.
Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart. Today's the anniversary. November 9th, 1997.
Okay.
It's the Montreal Screwjob.
You guys think it was a work?
Okay.
Have we ever talked about this on the show?
So I'm like, wait a minute.
I'm like, have we ever talked about? I feel like we've brushed on it once.
You think
you guys think it's a work?
No. I think that Vince McMahon.
I've gone back and forth.
Hey, in the words of Jim Cornette, you believe it's a work until you find out otherwise. And right now, we've never found out otherwise.
I think it was real.
Yes.
I think you don't have to stay that bitter at somebody if it was a fucking work.
Well, in professional wrestling, you do. Because how many times have you said it? Unlike other sports, you always get the one guy who always wants to jockey for top dog.
Put it on there too.
And
yeah, I don't know. I would think like the only thing that gets me to believe that it's not a work is just like what Dan said, basically because of Brett's pettiness, and basically his story's always kind of been the same about the Montreal.
Okay, but I put it like this. We're going to talk about this, and we'll talk about it. I'll ask any of you if that happened to me. All right, but from a guy though I felt so. This is all speculation, right? And this is all theory. We can honestly go back and look back and see that Bret Hart and Stu Hart didn't have the closest of relationships, right? Let's just call it down the middle. His dad stretched him, put him through all kinds of hell. He was in there with 8 other brothers and sisters. The fucking Hart family is basically a football team with the number of kids they got there. And so when Vince McMahon and Bret Hart hooked up as a fucking unit in the WWF at the time, he even said it. Vince McMahon was like a fucking father figure to him, right? Yeah. No, okay, so you put that comment up.
I see it.
We talk everything. as far as wrestling goes. It just depends on where we go. It's an open discussion forum for 2 hours or until one of them pisses me off or I piss them off. And then my wife cuts the fucking cord.
Mark, you talk about it all.
We're only talking about this because we just we're only talking about Survivor Series 97 right now because we just started talking about Survivor Series.
And it's just where the discussion goes, where the chat goes. So Vince,
we don't really have a formula.
Yeah.
Vince was a father figure to him, right? He's even said that multiple times that Vince was a father figure to him. Okay, he truly believed in that. He loved him so much. He was gonna have Vince negotiate his deal with fucking Turner and WCW on the way out, right? So okay, that's great, Jacob. I put you in that mindset. Your dad then fucks you in your hometown in front of all of your people. How do you feel?
Well, I wouldn't want my dad fucking me in anyway, but I mean, it would suck, but
Okay. So then it leads to
I don't know. I would be in the business of doing business, though. If I would have, I would have dropped the title.
Okay. So you get fucked. No, you get fucked. You tell your dad, and they're like pretty much in agreement. You're gonna, and then he lies to you, fucks you in front of your fans and all that. Then you go to WCW, and you're on your dad's watch. Your brother, who you love very much, dies. And then what proceeds after that is the worst injury that he's ever had, which ended his career. All this stemming from one decision to fuck him over on the way out when all you've ever done is do business. So for anybody who thinks that Brett doesn't have a little bit of a fucking right to have a chip on his shoulder and be a dick, I don't know. Maybe there's something to that.
Let me ask you this. Has it ever come out that Bret Hart said anything to Medusa? Because if Medusa doesn't pull the stunt that she pulls, Vince doesn't pull the stunts that he pulls.
I don't believe that for a second.
That's what led up to it because he said, I saw what they did with my title belt for the women's title.
And I get that. But I don't think they gave a shit about that woman's title.
What? No,
they didn't give one fucking shit about that woman's title.
Well, no, I'm not. It's the premise of what they did. I'm saying the premise of what they did over the actual title itself. Because let's face it, she did break almost every rule there ever was to doing something with another company's title belt. Okay?
And Anthony, we'll never know. We'll never fucking know. Why? Because we're fucking marks, man. Ultimately, that's the whole fucking name of the show, right? We're just speculating on bullshit. And as for her, I don't think the belt meant shit to them at the time, but absolutely the statement meant something because all the way at her Hall of Fame induction, they made her pull the title out of the trash.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. So they got the first word of the rivalry wars. Really, WCW got the first words by dropping the title in the belt, in the garbage. Did Vince get the last word? Like, okay, you're leaving me, but wait till you see how you leave.
No, I think we all got the last word when we saw him show up with that Uncle Paulie fucking haircut the other day.
Well, because the other thing is too is the Mr. McMahon character took off. What happened to WCW? What happened to WWF?
No, that's fair. No, and I give you that. But ultimately, do you think did Vince McMahon go in there?
With it. The Ultimate Warrior had nothing to do.
Vince sent Russo to kill WCW. Bro.
Okay, you're one of those, you piece of shit. Oh no, fuck that. No, but okay, but you're not gonna
go in from the inside, bro.
No, think about this though. Think about this. And speaking of Russo, because we can't talk about Russo without talking about Corny, right? Corny said it. Oh, yeah. Corny thought that and so did JR, that they were gonna babyface the shit out of Vince because he did the right thing. He did the right thing for the company. They're going to babyface me, pal. Yeah. No, Vince didn't know that he was going to become one of, if not the greatest heel fucking of all time.
No.
Yep, I'm sure he
what
had
ended
no
up
problem.
Happening was
he didn't lose sleep over it though.
If you think about it, all the gimmicks that Vince had other wrestlers do for himself over the years, he was able to say, "Screw it! I finally get to be my own guy." And we saw what happened. And we can go right back to today to where, to lead it into today, you say, hey, when I read something today to where TKO wants to kill, or they're in the process of killing, all named WWE premium live events that Vince McMahon created.
I heard that as well.
And I'm saying is, you got your 5 big ones, okay? I can care less what else you name everything else.
Hold on. I know WrestleMania, the Royal Rumble.
Yep. SummerSlam.
SummerSlam and Survivor Series. What's the 5th one?
King of the Ring.
Money in the Bank.
No one gives a shit about King of the Ring anymore.
Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank.
No one gives a shit about Money in the Bank anymore. It's been so fucking watered down.
It was awesome. Remember when Otis won it? Come on.
Oh, but I'm saying
amazing. Do you remember when Austin
He won it on top of WWE headquarters?
Do you remember when Austin Theory won it and challenged for the United States Championship?
United States title and lost. Yeah, see, this is where I get going back to Austin Theory. This is why I'm saying, like, I don't think you could really build Austin Theory up because they've kind of fucked this guy 3 ways from Sunday. I mean, he cashed in the United States title, lost. He beat John Cena at WrestleMania. No one gave a shit then, and no one gives a shit now, and it's kind of sad. You know, it's like.
Well, here's the thing about this comment, and I want you guys to understand this.
Okay, so hold on. Anthony just said a comment, and I appreciate you being so vocal, but I want to say this. We have to also break it down. We were talking about this before we came on the air. There's a difference between WWE, WWF, WWF, and everything, and Continental Wrestling, and TKO, WWE. Okay.
And the problem with that, dude, is WWE is Vince, so you kind of can't really think about WWE without thinking about Vince.
Yes, you can. I absolutely
can. Jacob, what I was going to say is, for everything that Vince is going on in Vince's world right now, right? How many people wish?
All right, what happened? What did he do?
No. How many people wish he was still involved in business right now? How many people wish he was
I don't. That's it. No, I don't give a. I don't give.
Not the business. No, I mean, what I mean by business, I mean not the business. I'm talking about just the money part.
Okay, no, okay. This is, and you've said this for the last 2 weeks, and I've had time to think about it. No, I still don't want his old crazy fucking deranged Cruella DeVille looking ass.
The ticket prices and stuff like that.
No,
I think he might be there for Cena's last match, though.
If you just got. I think if you just had Paul Levesque in charge and not the fucking suits, get rid of fucking Nick Khan, put Stephanie in that role of Nick Khan, let them fucking run the family business like it was before, and they'll fucking get you some money. But when you added fucking Ari Emanuel, when you added all this fucking these corporate suits, all they care and see is dollar signs. There's a reason why that TKO logo is a nice, beautiful, big green fucking neon blasting at your face because all they give
looks like about Amp Energy. You remember Amp Energy?
I remember Amp Energy. Ugh.
Yeah. Sorry, my bad.
It's just what it is. Like, look, say what you want, but like the UFC is going through the same shit, and I'm sorry, but their ticket prices are fucking out. They price people out. They want to make it a spectacle.
Horrible. Like I said this a couple weeks ago when Halloween Havoc was coming to Arizona. It was like fucking $80 for general admission, and I'm like, dude, I wouldn't even pay that much to fucking. I don't even know, man. Like for a wrestling event, man. Because like when I saw AEW, the fucking tickets were only like $25, for general admission. That wasn't bad. But yeah, the fucking ticket prices are outrageous. It's horrible.
So Anthony brings up the thing about the unions again.
Yeah, we've been talking about that too.
And the thing about the unions, let's go run it right now when it comes to a wrestler right now who has to do a GoFundMe page because his contract technically is up this Friday, and he got injured in the ring.
Oh, Ridge Holland.
Mm-hmm. Oh, dude,
but he said he's that. But hold on, he's come out though and said that wasn't him who started that, and he's even said if anybody whoever did whatever money he gets is going to charity because he didn't want that.
Well, so here's the thing with this whole situation.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, Jacob, he'll understand this. Could he be backtracking it now because he thinks it could?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't know. The whole situation just seems kind of weird to me to begin with. Now, first of all,
okay. Here it is. Here's him. Go ahead. Punch in.
By the way, what a weird real name that is, Luke Menzies.
Right. Thank you for all the incredible support shown through the GoFundMe campaign. However, I want to clarify that I was not aware the page was going live and had no prior discussion with family members who created it. I've since requested that no further donations be accepted, and this change should take effect within the next 24 hours. I'm sorry, he meant once. Once we figure out how to move forward and I recoup the amount donated, I will be donating said amount to charity. I sincerely apologize if the page caused any upset or offense. That was never the intention. Thank you for your understanding and kindness.
So how did he not know that the page was live? Like that's
Well,
what I don't get.
you can create a GoFundMe all day long for somebody without their fucking knowledge. It's happened before.
I know, but he's been chronically online. That's what I'm saying. Like,
So that's what I'm saying. He found out about days later, and he went out there and fucking did what he needed to do to get it taken down.
Well, and it's just like I just keep getting back to this. This guy wasn't better with his money. Like I get it. He got injured.
Okay, but Jacob, Gerard can tell you this because Gerard has worked and been back there and knows how the fucking pay scale goes. Rich Holland wasn't even he was barely a fucking mid-carder. He was a mid-carder in fucking NXT, okay? He's not making buku money. He's making it at the most, I'd say 70, 80,000 a year, which is not for me and you, not fucking anything to scoff at. That's enough to fucking pay your bills and live a decent, comfortable life. But for all the shit he's got to pay, insurance, medical, his house, that's not going to fucking last.
Listen, once he made the main roster, your minimum is 250 or 300, something like that. Okay.
Okay.
And he was on the main roster 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's just for the sake of argument say $750,000 3 years.
Okay. So how much is that in flights, travel?
No, because remember, you can write all that off because of tax part. You can write that off. 750. Let's just say 750. He clears 500,000 in 3 years.
Yeah, but you're still out of pocket. That you can write it off all day long, but you're still out.
No. What I'm saying is, let's just say from his 750 for 3 years, 500,000 is what he pockets over 3 years. Okay. Now.
Exactly. Okay, right there. Because I remember. I'm glad you brought her up because she.
I know that too. I'm saying is, if he made $500,000 for 3 years, and now he's claiming he can't pay his mortgage, Dan, me and you, I don't make $500,000 over 3 years. You don't make $500,000 over 3 years, or maybe you do. But I'm just saying to you is, whenever you go buy a house, the first thing you do is look at your job, look what you're making. If something happens, am I going to be able to pay my mortgage? Blah 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 blah.
Yeah. That's kind of where I'm at.
I don't have a contract. You don't have a contract. These guys who have contracts know, hey, wait a minute. I can't overspend at all. I do not have any problem saying it right now, saying it's not my problem as a fan. If you as a wrestler know what you're getting paid for a year and you do not know how to control your spending.
Okay, so and I get where you're coming from that. I do. 100%. And thanks, Leland. Always happy to have you here. And Anthony, no, we do not. Like if we get tight with somebody or someone, we'll tend to bring somebody in and they'll run the show with us and they'll be a guest. But as for dropping links, no, we don't drop links. So as far as he goes, again, main roster, whatever, he's also a 20-something-year-old guy, maybe 30 at this point. I don't know. He's like I said, it's a fucked up situation because he was a company guy doing what the company wanted. He got injured on a show he didn't even get fucking paid for, working a TNA show, and he got injured. Now, I'm not saying that you'll have to fucking support the guy for the rest of his life. What I'm saying is do what's right by him, and while he cannot work, which is going to be for an extended amount of time, he's really fucked up, right? Really fucked up.
And that's why some people come out in line saying if Vince was still in charge, that shit would never happen. Vince would pay the guy until he got back to the ring. Yeah, then he's fired.
He would have been released 2 years ago if Vince was still in charge. Like it's just, I mean, like here's the thing with Ridge Holland. I mean, like I was surprised he was even still under contract, and it's just like I'm kind of in the same, but like it's shitty that he got injured in a TNA ring, and I didn't know he didn't get paid for that. That kind of sucked balls. But it's more like I don't know, man. He should have been better with his finances, and the fact that I just can't believe that he didn't know about the fucking GoFundMe, especially like when other wrestlers are donating to it. It's like, how the fuck did he not? That's where it gets shady for me. It's like,
well, okay,
the greatest of all time, gender donated. Fucking, the butcher, the baker, the candle maker, Dave. It's like it's just weird to me.
Hey, I don't know if you guys heard too, is last night you had 2 talent walk out of a television taping last night.
I would put
No,
talent in quotation marks.
I was just going to say I'm with Jacob on that. It seems a little sus because even in the statement he says, "I'm sorry if it caused offense. It wasn't the intent." If
Right.
you didn't know it was live, then how did you know what the intent behind it was to begin with?
Exactly.
I think he started yapping out of anger online, and when these other people did it, he might have got heat from the other direction because, remind you, he's still under contract.
No, he's not. Oh.
Nope, they got rid of him.
It ends the 14th. It ends the 14th.
Well, they called it a breach. When he started bitching, they called it a breach of contract.
But they still get to the 14th to let him go.
And speaking of, okay, so you're talking about those 2 stars who got released from WWE, went to AEW, and they got pissy because they didn't want to job out to Ty Mello and fucking LJ. Now I understand the frustration. Okay, I get it.
I understand your frustration.
I get it, but sit your fucking ass down. You know, you're not there. You're not. You know, and I'm not going to say I'm the biggest fan of Ty Mello and Anna Jay, which I like Ty Mello just fine. But they're stars there. You've been there for a cup of coffee.
Not even.
Know your
one
fucking
match.
role. Literally, know your position in the company.
The reason why I bring it up like that, because are we getting to a point now in professional wrestling to where they don't vote for a union, but boy, they're starting to yap and do things like they're in a union.
Oh, no, I'm with you. We talked about it before. I think it's absolutely time for a union because, look, the only person who's ever successfully left that company under contract and basically said, go fuck yourself was Punk. And he got sued. And he got sued for $1 million fucking dollars. And that came out of his fucking ass. Not anybody else could have done that because who has a fucking $1 million to wipe their ass with at the time?
They had to put it this way. That merchandise check just got deducted by $1 million.
Well, not only that, but remember they had checks that they owed him that they had never sent out. It was a whole fucking thing that was on fucking on Cabana's fucking podcast.
I'm just saying,
those guys seem like they're going to be friends forever. You know, Cabana and Punk.
I'm just saying it's the fact of he never took a penny out of his own pocket.
Hold on. Post that one. Anthony, welcome to the show, motherfucker. AEW's full of shit too because they do the same thing. One word, Danhausen. Where the fuck is Danhausen out? Where's my fucking, kind of evil?
It's so sad.
Again,
so sad what they're doing.
Wrestling as a whole is a very fucking corrupt business. I love it. I've grown up with it. I met Gerard because of it. Me and Jacob got closer than we ever fucking were because of it. Wrestling is amazing, but when you fucking infect it with all this bullshit, it's just the lesser. Which one's the lesser of two evils that week, right? I mean, Gerard will die hard defend the fucking E because he's a fucking sycophant and loves.
No, I won't. No. I'm saying, listen. What I've been seeing going on.
You said Vince's new haircut was sexy off the air. Don't lie.
No, I did not. I said, listen, I can't get the picture to come up. I'm trying to get the picture of Stripe from Gremlins 2 to come up. I won't do it. What I'm saying is this, okay? I'm not defending him. I'm saying to you like this. The problem is this. So
Jesus Christ.
Oh, we're going to have a discussion.
5 stars!
We're going to have a discussion. Because I'll tell you this right now. That pot-faced bastard, okay? Oh, speaking of the pot-faced bastard, did anybody see the clip where he was doing an interview and Tony Khan called him during the interview?
I mean, well, I mean, we all knew that. I mean, I wouldn't say, Tony Khan literally admitted that Dave gives him suggestions on storylines and shit. So, I mean, it's already.
Dave gives me the best suggestions on storylines. We put a fish tank in.
Live on Dynamite!
Live on Dynamite. We're going to have Dave Meltzer on there. We're going to have a 5-star match. We're going to have a good time.
Live on Dynamite! Live on Dynamite! Yeah, no, it's fucking horrible. But yeah, that was the funniest.
Okay, we talk shit, right? But I do like fucking Tony. He's a fucking adorable man. I wish if I could, I would get a plush fucking Tony Khan and sit him back there in the back because I
want a plush Tony Khan, but like with white powder around the nose, with like the eyes bulging out.
What I love today is how his football team
let it go. See, okay.
No.
So for those who are new here, Gerard has a hate boner for anything Jacksonville Jaguars because it's owned by Tony Khan, and he goes, "Well, he's going to run the wrestling business into the fucking ground because look what he's done to his Jaguars."
But no, listen,
The Jaguars even won a championship ever.
No, but they were up by 19 points in the fourth quarter, and were outscored 26-0 in the fourth quarter today to your Houston Texans.
They're not my Houston Texans. I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan. I have enough problems in my life.
I'm a Broncos fan.
I'm just saying, in the fact of it was a great collapse today by Jacksonville, and when you look at it, sometimes when all these people, it's amazing how you can go online. Everybody will look at it. WWE can't wipe their nose the right way, and people criticize it. But Tony Khan could never wipe his nose of the white stuff, and people love it.
Allegedly. We here at the Marks Podcast do not promote drug use and or abuse of any sort of alcoholic. Okay.
Everything's great. Everything's good. You got 450,000 people watching your main show getting beat by NXT, right? You got 1,300 people in the building.
Here's my issue with that. Dave Meltzer, you know this because of his fucking heat with fucking Vince not giving him a job or whatever the fucking heat is or whatever the beef is, okay? Whatever it may be, will jump on any fucking ass or any fucking and suck any fucking.
Hold in. Hey, Anthony. Yes, Anthony. I am a New England Patriots fan, diehard.
Sit your ass down. Put that fucking Belichick hat down. Anyway, but Meltzer's, and in my opinion, Meltzer's going to jump on any cock that is not fucking that of WWE. That's just what it is, and it's just how it happens that he jumped on the fucking bones of AEW. All right, now we can't argue this. No matter what you want to say, during the last bit of the Vince regime, Vince was doing a good job of pissing everybody off. Jericho, the Young Bucks, Cody, Hangman Page started a company, and it was popular and people loved it. And the reason I've said Jericho is because my lovely wife and the producer of this show has something to say, I'm guessing, about Jericho.
It's his birthday today.
1970.
That looks unhealthy, I'm going to be honest.
And you know who else's birthday it is today, too? Nick
Gerard
Patrick.
Hemorrhoid?
No, Nick Patrick.
Hell yeah, love Nick Patrick. Now, here's the thing with Jericho. So we all agree. So we all think he's going back to WWE, right?
Yeah. So
yeah.
Anthony, 100%. So, and I agree with that. But the same breath, a lot of us, like me and Jacob, Gerard was in a mental institute before this happened, but me and Jacob were in a similar situation called the IWC, where that's all about that bullshit.
Well, and here's the thing, like, because Punk, according to Punk, with the Young Bucks situation, he had to sign a whole NDA for that bullshit, and apparently, like, from what it's been implied, that when he got injured during that brawl. So I think Punk I think Punk really has grounds to sue them. If I'm not mistaken.
All forgot about the most important person in that brawl. What happened to Larry, man?
I know
the mental consequences and ramifications that happened to fucking Larry, bro.
Hey, wait a minute.
It'll never be the same.
Anthony, I've never been in a mental institution.
I have. Oh, sorry, it's not a contest. But no, so here's the thing, like, with Dave Meltzer, like, he gave fucking Jey Uso and CM Punk 4.5 stars.
That was wow. And anybody's going to believe that fuck anymore?
Yeah, and here's the thing, and, we got the John Cena Last Time Is Now tournament.
Hold on. What was that name? John what? Gerard, what was it? What name? Who's wrestling John? Who's
John Cena?
Oh, I don't know who that is. You meant John Cena.
Gerard having us in, like, what did I ever do to you, Jay, man? No, it is very scary.
I have never mentioned anything about Jacob's sex life, so I don't know where that came from. Well, I'm being fucking hit with bullets here. I've said nothing but. Now, my concern was always the life-size, half-naked, in his underwear version of Jinder Mahal poster he has on the wall that he does the podcast on that y'all can't see. But other than that,
I would show it off, but it's a little crinkled, if you know what I mean. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, Jinder. I love you.
So, Jacob, question for you. What do you think about the bitch being back?
That bitch is back.
What do you think about that?
I don't give a shit.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking.
Who we talking about?
Exactly. And so what we are going to talk about is the return of that bitch being Jade Cargill. And she came out and she did almost, it's like Gerard was in her underwear drawer whispering to her, telling her, Jade, bring it back. Jade, bring that bitch back.
I wouldn't care if I was that, though.
Your underwear kind of smells a little stanky, but bring it back. Bring it back. And so she comes out. She does her promo. I'm that bitch. Gerard's been begging for this version of her to come back. And I like I said a week ago or 2 weeks ago, I'm over the Jade Cargill experiment. Yes, she has $1 million body, but she can't wrestle herself out of her paper bag, and she doesn't know the meaning of slow the fuck down.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Like I said, they just need to cut bait with Jade, but now that she's the champion, it's not happening anytime soon. We got Lash Legend. We got Lash Legend, the return.
And I'll get to that. Because Lash is amazing. But I'll get back to Lash. But my hope is that it's gonna set up a program with them to make it to WrestleMania with Bianca Belair facing Jade Cargill, get that belt back to Bianca, and put somebody with some fucking talent back on top.
The only thing to me when it comes to Lash Legend, it's only a matter of time now before we see her boyfriend in the main roster now.
Who?
Trick Williams. Because, they like to do that. They like to
make sure that trick.
I don't think he's
Let's not jump ahead. We'll get to that because I got some stuff to talk about fucking couples and wrestling.
Okay. All right.
But as far as Jade Cargill goes, Jacob, you weren't here last week, but that match with her and Tiffany, it was dog shit, right? I mean, let's call it what it was.
Hey, other than the look of her, give me any match she's ever done where you can say it was at least a C+.
Is it?
Yes. Yes.
Oh God. Oh God.
Yeah.
What?
We got breaking news.
Breaking news. I was really just going to rage bait Jacob, but hang on a second.
Well, spit it out, woman.
Oh, this is the night. It's a beautiful night.
Come on,
man. Oh, God. Really? That's the breaking news?
I'm on pins and needles like I'm cringing.
I think me and Jacob got to take a break to go take a shit.
That was probably one of, that was something else, Again, like I said, there's no secret to why the fucking Beast Mortos is suddenly on TV every single fucking week now.
Okay, but going back to Jade, all right? And again, I will quote Paul White.
4 letters, what word?
Dumb.
He lost.
Punk.
So talking about Jade, all she needed, and again, I'm not an expert, right? I play one on TV. That's about it. Slow the fuck down. She did 3 fucking fall away slams in a matter of 2 minutes, like 30 seconds. I'm sorry, fuck that. Like that move was supposed to have some impact. When JBL hit the fall away slam, right? Going back to fucking John Bradshaw Layfield, one of the best proprietors, Scott Hall, when he did the fall away slam, he took time to sit there, show you strength, and throw the motherfucker, and then he would sit there.
And you can't tell me Tiffany is too big for her where she can't take her and heave her ass.
Yes. It's supposed to have impact. It's supposed to fucking, come on.
You have two green wrestlers doing green
But
wrestling.
okay,
things.
you can say what you want about fucking Tiffany being green, but she makes it look easy and she does a wonderful job. Her promo work really, in my opinion, is work. But I love me some fucking Tiffany Stratton. And I see you're laughing about that comment because you're sick fuck, but that's whatever.
Fucking stupid. I'm glad. Damn, I was gonna probably make that joke. I should have.
So okay. So then we move on to someone different who actually has the size.
Remember
who
when Kurt
actually
Angle
has...
said he wanted bestiality sex with Booker T's wife?
Jesus Christ.
That promo.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Maybe that's why he hasn't got 5 stars.
But that is called bestiality, though.
Bestiality.
Not bestiality. Bestiality.
Bestiality.
Dan, what were you saying? About
Dan Windows XP shut down.
Sorry. Oh, so okay. So back to what I was saying. You have someone who has the look, who has the size, who has the strength, who really could tear it up in the ring and prove it over and over at NXT. And I haven't been the biggest fan of her. I haven't. I'll be the first person to say that I've criticized her over and over again. But fucking Lash Legend can do everything that Jay can do and better. Just because she doesn't have a fucking 6-pack, is that why we're going to sit there and just...
Oh, no. She got a 6-pack.
You know, what we really needed for Jade to be better is just we need, Shaq to come back. Remember when Shaq and her had that great tag team match in AEW?
Well, speaking of that, Shaq and her were in a match with Cody and Red Velvet, but it was supposed to be somebody else. Wife, you may not remember this because it was AEW. Shaq debuted Jade Cargill in a match with Cody and Red Velvet. They were stirring it up back then, but it was because Randy Rhodes was supposed to be in that match. They're going to fix that though, because as of what I'm hearing, at Saturday night's main event coming up, they're allegedly saying it's going to be Aleister Black, Zelina Vega versus Cody Rhodes and a returning Brandy Rhodes.
So we're going to see the same match at Saturday's main event that we just saw for WrestlePalooza with different characters.
Yes.
If that happens, well, it'd be very, very sad. Number one. Number two, we don't need to see Brandy in the ring ever again because remember she had that great run in AEW where she was collecting people's hair or whatever the fuck she was doing with Awesome. Remember that great run? And no, please no. No, that should not happen, and I don't want it to.
I don't dislike Brandy. I think Brandy.
I don't dislike her. I don't think she's a bad person. And I actually think she's kind of funny sometimes.
Yeah, when you watch her a shot with Brandy was pretty cool. I used to enjoy that when she did with MJF.
She did a podcast with Cody a little bit ago. I thought it was charming
and nobody gave them shit like they are the Undertaker and fucking Michelle McCool. But whatever,
that's completely different. Michelle, that's completely. That's like that's not even apples to oranges. That's apples to fucking I don't know, potted meat or something. I don't know. I don't know. But
what I'm saying is, going in that realm, they're going back. Look, they're ruining Cody. All right, they're. I didn't think they could pull it off this fast, but they're basically giving him the John Cena treatment from fucking 2010. They're gonna run. He's gonna run its course. He can play an excellent heel, but I really don't want to see Cody anymore. And that's the thing. You haven't built up enough good heels to take that belt off of him. So you're putting yourself in a fucking position now.
Well, the thing to me that's coming up, this John Cena Battle Royal thing, when the part that gets me right now is the part of somebody not under contract right now. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be Angle.
It's not going to be fucking Angle.
No. What I'm saying is I don't want it to be somebody like that, like Angle, Flair, or anybody like that walks out there.
Flair will turn to dust on the way to the ring if he has a match.
I'm just saying to you is, if it's going to be anybody, let it be somebody good. Let it be,
Leland, I believe you were here. Hold on. Leland, I believe you were here a couple weeks ago defending the praises of one Road Dogg, Brian James, Brian Armstrong, and you were saying that it's not Brian's fault. It's not the Road Dogg's fault that SmackDown sucks dick.
It's completely 100% Road Dogg's fault. Everything is Road Dogg's fault.
Well, I can't wait to see what this is. Listen, so last week we had Halloween.
Was it?
Yeah, Friday. So you had Halloween on Friday night. So this Friday night, you had Halloween and you had Game 6 of the World Series. So if SmackDown doesn't have at least 300,000 more viewers this week going against nothing, that is going to tell me that
all they have to do to get their ratings back, Gerard, is bring back the fist. Everybody wants to get fisted.
Wow.
Yeah, J-Man, that was a bad analogy. I know. Yeah, that was not my finest hour.
Hey, Trips, remember that tonight when we go off the air. You got to sometimes watch what you say around here, guy. But I'm just saying the fact of if you don't see at least 300,000, I think you got a serious problem.
Well, what it comes down to is how many times is he going to face Drew McIntyre? And I'm going to make it very clear: Drew should have won. Drew should have won that fucking belt because, like, it's the same situation. I'm wearing a shirt of someone, and I'm going to talk about him in a second, but I'm wearing the shirt of a guy who should have been at least a 3-time world champion by this time. He has been your fucking utility player. You know, he uses the stunner, but he's playing the role of stunning Steve Austin because he's a great fucking hand. He's busted his ass, and they're doing the same to fucking Drew.
Hey, I want to say one thing about J-Man's comment. I think if you're looking at it right now, it's worse than when Vince was in charge because why? You have the crap and you got high ticket prices. So it's not even affordable. But, and don't get me wrong, I think what's going on with the government right now is affecting professional wrestling more than all the other events because, like I say, the schedule come out for NFL and hockey, and that comes out months ago. So people can say, hey, I can go get my tickets months in advance when they had the money. Professional wrestling.
Yeah, that's it, Gerard, because if I want to go, I just love SmackDown and Raw so much, I'm going to get my fat ass a plane ticket out of here next week to go see the SmackDown.
That's what I'm saying is, though, they only tell you when they're coming maybe 8 weeks in advance. Maybe that long. And I'm saying is, you've had this shutdown going on for 5 weeks now, and people are like saying, if I got a choice between spending $300 to bring my kid to a SmackDown taping or putting food on my table, I'm putting food on the table and we can watch it for free on TV. So I'm not going to go pay to see in person.
Is it bad that I didn't know the government was shut down until yesterday?
Well, you got to work to know this. You got to work.
I know. I just got my bonus in from Alaska too. I've been coasting. It's been great.
I think
I'm investing in McDonald's stock. Because I've been paying them so much recently.
I will say this. It's bad. All right, like storylines have been bad, and I think that they're criticizing. The guy on ESPN was bitching about fucking SmackDown. Oh, that was fake. Well, he wasn't wrong. Fucking, it's been horrible. Again, this is. I think this is indicative of TKO's fucking bullshit and their chicanery. I just think that's what it is. What's not chicanery is a certain somebody was at the Performance Center, and please God, let him come back. Because if he comes back, I believe there's hope for my favorite wrestler, Mr. Will Ospreay. But Kevin Owens was back in the Performance Center trading. Good sign, right? That's a good sign. We want to see Kevin Owens back.
If Kevin Owens comes back, he needs to have a run with the title, and a run with the fucking title. It's been too goddamn long. Like he hasn't held the fucking title. He hasn't held the title at all, I think, since the tag team.
But what they need to do is they need to do Kevin on Raw as a champion, and then you do Sammy on SmackDown as a champion.
See, like I don't know, man. I think
your ass down.
I think the Sammy experiment's done. I think if we're gonna have,
you don't think he's gonna win the Rumble and fucking.
No, I do think he's still winning the Rumble regardless, but I don't know, man. I just think I would love to see Sammy and Brock at WrestleMania. I want to see that. I feel like that'd be an interesting match. You could build.
I still think Dum Dum wins the Rumble because it's in San Diego.
San Diego's in Saudi Arabia.
San Diego
San
is
Diego survived.
The Royal Rumble's in Saudi Arabia. Fuck, God damn it. I'm autistic.
San Diego. You know what? You see the
San Diego's in Saudi Arabia. That's the name of the podcast now.
Yeah, take your hat off because that's what you get from a Patriots fan. It's in San Diego.
All right, the new name of the show now is San Diego's in Saudi Arabia. That's the title of the episode. Jesus Christ. All right, mini strokes aside. But yeah, no, I do think Sammy
That's what
still.
happens when I'm thinking about shows that are booked out 3-4 months in advance, you know?
So
I think Sammy wins the Rumble, but if he does win the Rumble, who's he facing at Mania? Because I don't think they're going to do Sammy and Punk, and I don't think that they would do, maybe would they do Sammy and Cody? I don't know.
Hey, listen, I'll put it like this. You asked, when did the Arabians take over San Diego? It ain't too far behind, dude.
I mean, yeah, no, they got that Riyadh season thing. I'm seeing that fucking brand everywhere now.
Right. It's not too far behind. We don't know yet. Same climate. But so it's where they. I think it's going to be very interesting to see what the climate is around WWE come WrestleMania, and it has to change quick because you're starting to lose your core fans.
yeah,
You might keep your diehards, but you're going to lose your cores. And then if you can't bring in new people, like with the Attitude Era, people who were kids in the Attitude Era had their kids watching it 5 years ago. When Cody came back and stuff like that, they were watching.
so basically, if you're comparing it to the Attitude Era, you're saying what we need to get the butts back in the seats are tits.
Yes.
Hey,
Tits.
TNA.
Random women with DX shirts going.
I'm just saying there's a reason why Rhea Ripley got as big as she did. I'm just saying there is a reason why. It's totally the sex appeal. I'm just saying. That's yes, you can put the wrestling ability in there.
Hold on. So, as somebody who is a Rhea Ripley fan, I'm going to ask. I'm going to turn it over to you, who is a Rhea Ripley fan. Do you think that? And you're honest. You're straightforward. What do you think? Do you think Rhea Ripley is her reason for getting over is sex appeal or talent in the ring?
Why can't it be both?
I don't know. You tell me.
A little from column A, a little from column B. She's amazing in the ring, and she's not hard to look at all.
I said it before. I think we've gotten away from the TNA of women wrestling to where ability gets them by. And, it's good to look at the eye candy. But if they can also wrestle, it's even better. To where before, we couldn't give a crap if they could lace their own boots.
No, we've come a long way from eggnog and bra and panty matches.
The Stacy Kid, not Stacy, the Miss Kitties of the world, and then again, there's another one that it wasn't for the guy that she was dating. Maybe that never happens. But, the Sables and all that good stuff, the Trish Stratuses and all.
Yeah, but Trish Stratus is actually talented in the fucking ring. Comparing Trish Stratus to Sable is fucking like Jacob said earlier, comparing apples to a fucking.
Listen, how many of us
hammer?
How many of us like watching Jacqueline on top of the referee's head when her shirt got ripped off? I'm guilty. I'm saying it. Now that's a woman who could wrestle too, though, so it wasn't bad.
I think you might want to use a different analogy.
Were too muscular for me.
But I'm saying is though, none of us wanted to see Mae Young. Okay, maybe
speak for yourself.
I'm gonna say maybe Jacob.
I'm a Wendy Richter kind of guy.
Mae Young and Moolah was for Jacob.
Oh no, God, Moolah's fucking horrifying.
That is a recent picture of Trish Stratus.
God damn.
How much fucking? What's the body fucking ratio to skin to plastic? Jesus.
A 50-year-old woman. I'll tell you, she turns 50 next
that
month.
don't get okay, great, but like again, that's a lot of work, brother. Dolly Parton once said a famous line.
It costs a lot of money to look that cheap.
Yes.
Hey, whatever. Hey, you know what the sad part is? When
I want to go to Dollywood so bad.
Pamela Anderson got back to just looking real. Think about that one. Pamela Anderson got back to looking real.
Okay, hold on. That comment right there, that's horseshit. Look, she's good. She's not great. She's not fucking EO. She's not fucking Julia, which I'm going to still sing her fucking praises. She's not Rhea. She's not even fucking Tiffany. She can wrestle, and she was definitely a better wrestler than anybody in that time. And she absolutely.
Lita was always better in my opinion.
Trish couldn't have out-wrestled Sherry Martel.
No, but for the time period she was in, she made it. And how far she came from being a fucking simple big-titted valet to busting her ass. Yes, she could do some things. Like she could do a bulldog off the fucking second rope. And
I don't know, man. I can make an argument for Michelle McCool.
Michelle McCool is Jesus.
My thing is, if you want to...
Has anyone ever said that sentence unironically for real? Like, is there any Michelle McCool fans out there? Seriously, like, where are they?
I don't dislike her. I don't know why the hate comes, but whatever.
It's just
whatever.
I like Layla and Michelle McCool. Them two together was fucking great, but Michelle McCool on her own was just it was awful. It's like fucking but it's like it's like Keenan and Kel. It's like we don't just want Kel, we want Keenan too.
The one that came out with Johnny Nitro and the other one there,
Melina. She could fucking wrestle. Melina was excellent.
Yep.
Now, that being said, we have a situation right now where I'm not happy about it, but they're trying to fucking shoehorn Nikki Bella into this shit, and it's like, dude, just because you put in my opinion, you put a turd of a wrestler next to one of the best wrestlers going today, does not make that turd anything less than a turd.
Nikki's not the best wrestler in her family.
Who?
Nikki's not the best wrestler in her family.
No.
Johnny
Bryan is.
Johnny Ace is the best wrestler in the family.
Wrestling and fucking how many times of a court case can I be on? Shit.
What I was saying is the fact of if you take a look at some of the women today, they actually have to put Trish in the ring with women who can slow down with her because most of them today are that much quicker.
Look, she's 50.
Yep.
God, chill out. Jesus. Now, a better comparison would have been when Bayley went down to NXT and she was they blew her ass up.
Good old Bayley. Can we talk about Bayley's stupid fucking mixed personality persona that she's got going on? Like, did you see that segment on Raw where she was like talking to herself and then Lyra comes in? Bayley, who are you talking to?
It's the Dustin Reynolds Tourette syndrome all over again.
See, that's the thing. Like, at least that was entertaining, Like, this is just like, I don't know. I like Bayley, and don't get me wrong, Bayley's, great. Even like with this dumb personality shit, but it's just I don't know where this is gonna go, and it's weird, and it's the fact that we still have Bird Girl and Bayley feuding after all this time. It feels like it's been 6 months, and I don't know where it's going right now. The women's division is weird. Becky Lynch cut a great promo on Raw. I think that was last Monday where she kind of got up on the announce table. We got the rise coming soon of Maxine Dupree out of nowhere, surprisingly, which was weird.
I knew that was coming. I called that.
Yeah, I didn't think that was happening. So yeah. Well, I mean, and what J-Man said. Yeah, no, Michelle McCool sucks. There's really not much to be said. But I don't know, man. The women's division, particularly on Raw, just sucks. And everything in general, Raw and SmackDown right now are just awful. I'm glad Punk's the champion. That's the only thing really getting me by right now because, the greatest.
Well, and I'll say this, for me, I'm glad Punk got his flowers, great, but I could give two fucks about the program going on. The only thing I really give a shit right now is seeing what the Kabuki Warriors are doing, and they're doing some fucking incredible shit. I love this. They dressed up as fucking doctor.
Yeah, that was funny as shit.
Asuka, who's up there in her 40s, talking shit, when talk shit. Asuka's up in her 40s and killing it right now in a gimmick that is fucking amazing.
Yeah, I mean, there's really not much to be said. I mean, I still think Charlotte Flair should go away, but, that's besides.
She's gotten better. How could the fuck are you still bitch about Charlotte right now?
Yeah, it's just, I just think she's always annoying. I mean, I like Alexa Bliss. I just think, this whole Alexa Bliss pairing is just weird, in my opinion.
It has done wonders.
Jake, did you watch Friday night?
What's up?
Did you watch Friday night?
No, I don't get cable anymore. It's sad.
She had a wardrobe malfunction.
Oh, beautiful.
So, and they actually had to blacken it out. But I think at this age,
you have a 50-year-old man getting giddy about a woman's wardrobe malfunction.
Hey, I'll always be a kid. But
we are talking about the man who got to see Sherry Martel up close and personal, so I'll give that.
But I'm just saying the fact of, in some ways, I almost feel like Charlotte's doing better work now than when she first started.
I mean, that goes without saying, but like, you know, I mean, she doesn't look the same at all. I mean, if you go back to when she first started, man, it's like two completely different people. I'm not knocking people for doing what they want with their body, but it's just, this is, you know, actually Charlotte doesn't look bad, but like, if you go back, it's like two different people.
Well, hold on. You froze for a second. What would you say?
What happened with Ash by Elegance?
Oh, she retired, I think, didn't she?
No, she came out with a statement, and I was just.
Could you look that up? Ash by Elegance. She came out with a statement. I'm curious because I really loved her, and it just.
Yeah, it's sad what happened to her because she really did improve. Like, that gimmick was great in TNA, and she really got better with the, you know, when she won the title, she was happy.
She just suddenly had to retire, and I'm trying to figure out why.
She didn't retire. She didn't. She left it open ended because we don't know.
Yeah.
But Gerard's saying she came out with a statement. I would love to know what happened to her because I loved her back when she was in WWE. She used to come out wearing she was like a fitness model who started wrestling, and she used to do this like front flip, but she was wearing chucks and shit. But she would walk out like a weird cartwheel front flip, and she was jacked, and she just whooped. I mean, she was incredible. And
the sad thing about that too is like right before she got released, I remember she was getting over too, and then they just released her.
And that's the thing. So if y'all remember Caitlyn from back in the day, right? The wrestler Caitlyn came in with AJ Lee. She was also a fitness model. I think Ash, when she came in NXT, she was like that hybrid version. Like she was, if you were to take Tiffany Stratton and Caitlyn and put them into one wrestler, that was what Ash by Elegance was to me. She could wrestle. She had a charisma. She just killed it in NXT. And then they brought her up, and much like anything that they bring up from NXT, Vince didn't know what to do with her other than just like look at her fake boobs and just be a dick. I just didn't get why you had money in her, I think, and it just never worked out for her.
Caitlyn, you talking about the Bonin girl? Her last name was Bonin. I can't remember her first name. And then the other one, whatever happened to like Katie Lee Burchill and stuff like that? It's
she was in a relationship with her sister, and they became pirates, and they left.
Pirate
relationship with a sister?
No, so that was
the good thing about that is Paul Burchill is wrestling still, and he wrestles in NWA. For anyone, you know, it's like NWA is the fucking island of misfit toys, dude. They have fucking like Mike Mondo is the national champion right now. You guys remember Mikey from the Spirit Squad? Jesus. They have Rodney Mack in the tag team division with Marche Rocket.
I saw, I was talking about that too, and we were talking about wrestling promotions and shit last week, Gerard. So Rodney Mack is literally used to wrestle like 45 minutes from here at the Six Flags Mall, and he used to go under the name Red Dog.
Yeah, no, we got, Damian Sandow still kicking it. I mean, and by the way, speaking of Vince Russo, we talked about him earlier. He's now the new investor for
Juggalo Championship Wrestling. So let's talk about
I love
that.
this. I gotta say, number
one.
I love this.
What the hell is Juggalo?
Oh,
Insane Clown Posse.
Oh God.
Whoop whoop.
Oh God.
Down with the clowns.
Hold on, Gerard. You haven't heard this story. Vince Russo sent an open invitation and tried to call out the Punk card of Drew McIntyre, saying, if you want to come get some heat, come over to JCW. We got the smoke for you.
It's awesome. You got great wrestlers there, such as Stephen Flo. You got Cocaine. You got Caleb Connolly.
Cocaine's going crazy.
Yep, and Cocaine goes fucking crazy. And of course, Stephen Flo. I already mentioned Stephen Flo, but I have to mention him twice because that's how great he is.
Hold on.
I'm just glad that Violent J and Shaggy 2 Dope are still working in the wrestling business because again, I'm going to the gathering next year. It's going to be great. So it's going to be
all
a good
these
time.
Things that open up
because.
You
want to talk about it? All right, hold on. Here we go. We got information on Ash.
Okay, so she vacated the title, as everybody knows, but she has undisclosed injuries that are making it impossible for her to compete. She said, I thought winning that title was hard. This was the hardest thing I've ever had to do in my career. Going out there and being vulnerable to the crowd, being vulnerable to myself. I'm getting emotional now. That's what I said when I knew TNA was a family and the locker room was a family, and that's what I'm going to miss. And Tommy Dreamer said that she is no longer physically able to compete. There's HIPAA laws involved and stuff like that, so people shouldn't speculate. It's terrible for her because it was like she just hit the high of highs with her career and it was off to the races. So they won't say what it's about, but it's medical.
Well, that sucks ass. That probably means it's probably like a like an internal, like probably not an injury per se. You know what I mean? Dan, you're muted.
I'm absolutely not going to try to speculate, but I would say that has something to do with the neck. The way they're handling it, like, yeah, that's what scares me about. Like, okay, so Will Ospreay, love the guy. I love Will Ospreay. You know, like I can't say enough good things about him and fucking Swerve. Just love him to death. I think they're fucking amazing. But Will Ospreay is, it's that neck stuff, man. I don't know what it is, but it's Gerard, you were just with one of, if not the greatest technical wrestler we've ever seen in the history of wrestling. You got to sit there and shoot the shit with him. Your neck is not something to play with. It's just.
And remember, he won a gold medal with a broken freaking neck. Here's my thing about that. And I hope you guys can understand what I'm saying this. With today's medical society and the way contracts are written, I don't believe that man is in the condition he's in if his injuries happen today.
No.
He doesn't have to take the pills he was taking to keep his body going. So he
see, and again, you know, I'll go back to this. We talk about Vince constantly, and this is the thing I say about that. That would have been a good thing, as much as we would have missed out on the greatness that was Kurt Angle. But Vince was willing to look the other way constantly for people he liked. And if you made him money, he would absolutely look the other way. At what point do you say, Kurt, enough? He had to literally show up, call Vince on the phone, cuss him out over the phone, tell him he was going to kick his ass because he was on a fucking drunken stupor, high off drugs, for Vince to finally say, okay, that's enough.
Well, let me ask you this. Because I know growing up and watching it in the 80s and early 90s, guys would do this shit and nobody would know. Because if you think about some of these guys that come out, we found out afterwards what they were into, that was never leaked. That was never revealed. Angle doing all the pills he was doing, Vince had no choice but to let him go at his peak. He let him go.
And I get that. And like I said, I love Kurt Angle. I think he's amazing. But
So my question is, when, never mind so much blaming the promoter sometimes, when do you say, like today, you don't have it today because you don't have to worry about between feeding your family and going to work, because if you don't go to work, you can't feed your family. Because
any performer, right? Any performer and any legitimate company, any business, and they try to treat it like a sport, right? We try to treat wrestling like a sport. Mm-hmm. But in any profession like that, you have to take a drug test, right?
But not if it's over the counter stuff. You don't feel the over the counter stuff. You don't feel for, as long as you got a doctor's prescription.
No. But the levels of the levels that you have in your system are a dead giveaway.
But I'm just my only, like I said, my thing on that is this. This was going on. A lot of these things going on during the era of no guaranteed contract. How much of it though was it on the boys to say to the promotion? To say, listen, and I'm just saying today it's a whole different ballgame, because you're under guaranteed contracts. You get this problem. The first thing you do is you go to the promoter and say, listen, I have a problem. And it's not worth my life to keep going into that ring until I get this problem fixed.
It seems like that's what she did. And I will also say this about Ash. I don't care what it is. You know, I could sit there and say that the curious side of me, I hope she's going to be okay. It breaks my heart for her because I'm a fan of her body of work. Don't read that any more than that. I'm saying her body of work, and I'm not trying to be funny. I think that she's an amazing athlete. I loved her when she was in NXT as the character, as the heel character she was. I don't care. It's not my business. I don't give a shit. If it's her personal business to keep that to herself, cool. And it goes back to something we've talked about and harped about. When do they get to have a little bit of their own privacy when it comes to this shit?
Listen,
Like I put it in the same realm of fucking people basically trying to swarm fucking Tiffany, and the fucking MFTs had to surround her at an airport. I put it in the same realm of Rhea Ripley trying to get to her car, and the fans surrounding her. I put it in the same realm as someone hiding out in Sonya Deville's house. It's fucked. It's wrong. And look, a little privacy, a little fucking privacy, please.
in my workplace, I'll talk to you about anything you want to in my workplace. But when I leave my workplace, I don't want to talk about work. So I understand you're a fan of what I do for work. Nobody's a fan of what somebody does in their private life, okay? They care about what, because most of the time we're going to find out, hey, I like you because of what you do for work. Okay, if you like me for what I do for work, only bother me when I'm at work. And my thing is, like I say, these people back in the days and stuff like that, and I don't know when to switch, because listen, many a time I go to an event and I would see John Cena have his own personal doctor doing him stretching and stuff like that, just so that way he could get through that day of work. Today, he's not working. They're sitting him at home because why? The medical part of the business of pro wrestling, I think, has taken it's come to the forefront to where short-term pain is worth long-term gain. Where before it used to be short-term pain is worth long-term gain. You know how I mean it is the fact of, if a guy's out today for a short term to get better, it's better for the business in the long run. Where back then, you were out for 2 months.
You better bring your ass back.
You not only bring it out of sight, out of mind, somebody else got your spot.
Yeah.
They wouldn't even tell the fans.
We've talked about that. You know that if that was so bad, and again, this is devil's advocate here, then why do we bitch about these guaranteed contracts?
The guaranteed contracts, I think, today help the performers to where they don't need to do as much of the.
But you've gone on record in saying those guaranteed contracts have made them lazy.
It has. Because of what? Because the reason why? No, not the wrestlers. The business made the business lazy. We don't need to do as much. I told you. Somebody said
it's another thing we've talked about, and it just came to me. I have an idea. Tell me what you think. I mean, I could be wrong in this speculation. Yeah, you can have the guaranteed contracts, but I think that what if you put a clause in those contracts that said, okay, you can have a guaranteed contract, you'll get this, but part of the disciplinary is if you start getting if your performance starts lacking, if we can prove that you're not living up to your side of the fucking contract, and you're not giving us 100%, Jey Uso, and you're doing these things, then we have every right to part ways with you and your services.
Well,
Yeah.
They do.
I mean, that's how it should be. To be honest, give them some type of incentive. It's like Punk said in the interview that he did with Ariel Helwani, like if the business was made, if people got paid based on what the house makes, then like everything would be different. Like everyone's mindset would be different.
They used to get. That's how it used to be.
Yep. Like if it was that way now, like everyone's mindset would be different. We wouldn't have Jey Uso botching a fucking neck breaker in the main event of a fucking world title match, but that's besides the point. And here's the thing, man. Can we talk about this Last Time Is Now tournament?
Yeah.
It's just like this tournament. The first round match is Jey Uso and The Miz. Now, I'm of the belief that, The Miz should win this match, but, of course he's not going to, which is going to be very sad. And we got LA Knight versus a mystery opponent. Now, who do you guys think is the mystery opponent?
Joe Hendry.
Yeah.
I'm about to text you.
Yep. I believe it is Joe Hendry. That'd be beautiful. But don't rule out the possibility of Trick Williams because, again, there was a rumor going around that a certain NXT couple was going to be called up soon, and now we saw Lash Legend, so I don't think Trick Williams is too far behind. But I hope it's. But then then LA Knight's going to lose if it's Joe Hendry, or Joe Hendry loses and LA Knight goes on. But I don't know. I think LA Knight is on Triple H's shit list right now. And yeah, this tournament, man, it's going to be sad when Cena goes,
Well, that's the thing. I don't think that LA Knight is on his shit list. Think about it. He's still in those fucking spots. He's still in the mix. He's not fucking, if he was on his shit list, he'd be gone. Karrion Kross.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I mean, they basically just, replaced Karrion Kross and Scarlett with Aleister Black and Zelina. They kind of just, put them together in kind of the similar situation, which I don't, it's kind of funny, but it's like LA Knight does deserve, but I just think the reason, like when Punk didn't mention him at all in his promo on Monday, I think that was just a sign,
But then again, are we doing the thing that we are known for in this fucking show? Are we reading too much into it? Are we being fucking marks?
That is true. I don't know, man.
But here's the thing. If we don't talk about it like everybody else does and stuff like that, people want to shy away from it. No. The thing about it, like, listen, you got KO shirt on. Let's just talk about that for one quick second. Is the fact that some of their most over guys are on the shelf right now because of the fact you took away house shows. And these guys don't work.
Hold on, you can't tell me that KO is out because they took away house shows.
No, what I'm saying
there's no practicing getting thrown fucking Alabama.
Yeah, they had KO practically fucking killing himself in those matches with Cody just to lose, and then fucking he got injured.
To be fair, hold the fuck on. They book their matches. They call their spots. They have.
I'm not saying Kevin Owens did it against his will or anything. I mean, but like I'm just saying, like Kevin Owens was busted. Like I'm saying quite the opposite. He was busting his ass off for no reason, basically. Like he threw himself.
Again, we're also talking about guys like fucking and again, you know me, I love the old fucking corny videos. Cornette was out there on an old ass fucking interview with JR. They're in England. And he was like, yeah, because everybody thinks I hate fucking Kevin Steen. But I told him we got a big match coming up in New York. I don't want you throwing your fucking ass off a ladder on top of a cage onto a fucking burning table. But everybody thinks I hate Kevin Steen. He goes, no, I'm trying. He goes, all I asked him to do was lose about 30 pounds and get in shape and not throw himself off buildings like a dumbass. We have things coming up in New York.
That's funny because we actually had that incident happen last weekend where somebody was supposed to be at a show last week.
But he's like 75 years old.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, it's still when you make commitments.
Are you talking about Mike? Are you talking about that fucking Mike Johnson or whatever his name is?
No, I'm talking about Pacemaker CO.
Pacemaker CO.
I'm saying is.
I love PCO. And please don't take that as I don't like PCO. I do love him.
Hilarious, though.
I'm saying is the fact of you have guys that know, hey, I need to be here today, tomorrow, and Sunday. I'm just saying. They work Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, okay? They know they need to be 4 days. Don't be the John Moxleys of the world.
For fuck's sake, yes. I can't. You know what? I never agree with Gerard, but please, fucking stop. Stabbing yourself in the head with a fucking fork.
I understand you want to go out there and give the crowd and entertain for the audience. I understand it.
Hold Gerard.
It has to be like a kink or something at this point. Like that's what I can't imagine. Like I'm just like, I think he gets off on this shit.
To cut away for a second, Gerard, you talked to me about PCO and the fucking brick spot that hurt his ankle. All I could think about was Baron Von Raschke, fucking old AWA, going, he hit me with the cast. It was like a brick.
All, when I saw the video of what happened, all I'm thinking was the movie with Paul Sheldon, Annie Wilkes, when she hobbles him. I'm trying. James Caan, and I'm trying.
Kathy Bates,
in which he hobbles them and stuff.
Misery,
like that.
yes.
Misery. That's
all. When all I could hear in my head was fucking Von Raschke going, he hit me with a cast. The cast was made like cement. It was like a brick.
I'm saying the fact of, and that's why wrestlers today, if they can, I don't care as much today when you hear them going out injured, because most of the time today, keyword most of the time, it's legit. and you want to see them get healthy. You want to see them come back, and you hope they do. Okay? Now, I'm pretty sure Jacob will agree with me here. Do I care that Seth Rollins comes back anytime soon? No.
I need y'all to chill. I don't like Seth Rollins either, but I hope he's okay. I don't want anybody. There's not anybody on this whole fucking planet that I want to go out and fucking be injured. Like, I don't wish that on anybody. I just wish they would fucking
the mist to never be seen again.
there's somebody that people don't like. There's a certain somebody in my life that I think highly of, and I love him to death. But he likes fucking Seth Rollins, and it makes me fucking sick.
Hey, J-Man, just so that you know, I am not a wrestler. I am only a... Oh, shit. It didn't work. There you go. That's all I am, J-Man. That's it. So, that's it. That's all I do. I don't wrestle.
Just to let you know that the Marks podcast is going to be starting a wrestling promotion. It's going to be called Marks Wrestling Federation. And when we do that, our first World Heavyweight Champion will be recognized as Gerard Millette, the wrestling referee. His first match is going to be against Jessica Carr.
Wait, hold on.
He's going to be the intergender heavyweight champion of the world. We're going to bring back the old fucking Andy Kaufman gimmick.
Andy Kaufman, yes. Keep it up and I'll start talking like him.
We'll get kicked off of every fucking internet platform we're on.
The BTW belt.
Listen, I couldn't believe he knew who Channing Thomas was.
Yeah, no, Channing Thomas rules. I follow him on Instagram.
Oh, that's the thing. You missed out on that, Jacob. Did you know that this crazy old bastard got to wear the smelly robe of
Channing Tatum, Tim Thomas.
Thomas.
So he was in a fatal four-way with it was him, Mortis, I think his name was, Danny something, and then the fourth man in the ring was Matt Riddle. Riddle. Channing wears his robe out. Two of the other guys put it on, and I finally said, I'm going to take it out of the ring. And somebody said, put it on. So I put it on. Now, 3 other wrestlers have already had it on, so I put it on.
It's covered in baby oil and fucking Carmex and fucking Icy Hot.
He did his special.
But I got a pop from the crowd for it, so, you know.
First time that fucking, that's the first thing that's ever popped on his body that wasn't his fucking knees or elbows.
I actually had to start the match on the outside of the ring because the ring was so small.
Well, they literally they wrestled on 4 mattresses put together. That's why, because they stuck some posts in the ground and did 4 mattresses on the ground, like old school, the Hardys style wrestling. That's what Gerard was doing. He was doing a backyard wrestling in spot.
Trampoline in the middle.
Yeah, trampoline in the middle.
Oh, it was a double spring ring. Oh, brutal. I still have fun doing it, and because you didn't get to talk. I also got in the ring with Dijak and Kalisto.
Yeah, I know. There's a Leland. We put that comment really quick. Leland, we've heard somebody who bitches about fucking refs trying to get over and stretching, and this one we Gerard would never do that. Gerard would never fucking complain about somebody.
The match. Hey, I complain what goes on during the match, not what goes on before it or after the bell.
Gerard would never try to get naked and wear another man's robe to get over with the crowd.
I didn't want to put it on.
This is the same. But to be fair, this is the same guy that said that he wanted a match where the referee was in costume, basically, and wins the match. So.
But I'm just saying the fact that I did not have anything to do with that. And listen, when somebody wins a title, the referee should be in the ring handing the title to the new champion, not be on the outside and handing it up outside the ring.
It's not their fault they had a baby kids ring. Jesus.
No. What I'm saying is somebody's telling me I should have been on the outside of the ring handing the belt to the champion instead of being in the ring. That's what I'm saying. That's what somebody told me. Oh, you should have been outside hand. I'm like, what am I, Howard Finkel making the announcement on the outside? I just counted to 3. I give the guy the belt. He jumped up on the rope. What am I supposed to do? Man.
That's awesome.
But I'll tell you this right now, okay? I took that match a little too personally because I actually busted the tips of my fingers open because I counted so hard, so many times.
And see, that's what kills me. Okay, so people will sit there and say they know what it is, unless you've been in a legit fucking ring, right? Like that canvas will tear your fucking.
Oh my god!
Again, talking about Matt Riddle, I'm not the biggest bro. I'm not the biggest Matt Riddle fan, but when he wrestles barefoot, what that can do to your fucking feet, right?
Yeah.
It's not about walking barefoot, right? It's not walking down this grass or walking whatever to the ring. It's when you're in the ring and what that canvas can do. It's like when your lips are dry and they crack because of this fucking heat. That's what it does to your fucking feet. You're a fucking nut job.
Like I said, it did that. I actually remembered my knee pad, so when I went down, I was like, I felt nothing. I was like, oh, thank God. But then when I looked at my hand, I busted my fingertips open. I'm like, what the Christ? Just because of how hard I was counting. So, and I still had a match after that. So the next match, I said, I'm not going down with my fingers anymore. I'm just going to use the palm of my hand.
You remember the old school? You remember fucking back in the day, you would see fucking refs with fucking tape on their fingertips.
Yeah, I don't know why.
That shit hurts. That shit fucking hurts.
It's like, listen, I challenge anybody. Go down and smack your floor 3 times as hard as you can.
Because that's should have had an earpiece in when you were refereeing as a joke. Like, it just,
What?
You should have put an earpiece in.
Oh, the sad part about that is how many guys, like you said, we've seen it. How many referees still screw up with the earpiece in?
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know,
put a little camera, do the little ref cam. I'm glad they got rid of that. I don't know what that
was a bad fucking idea.
Oh, it was horrible. And like it was funny when like they would wear the camera and like the camera would be like off center too because like they didn't know how to fucking put it on their head. Like Kyoto. Well, yeah, that's why Tim White. That's why Tim White retired because he got injured, and then when he came back, he had one match, and then when he counted the 3, he fucked up his shoulder again.
Well, the original injury was in the Hell in the Cell. He got knocked off the ring apron and thrown in the back of the cell, landed funky as shit.
Yeah, and then he came back for like one more match, and then he fucked up his shoulder again or something like that, and then ended up retiring.
Yeah, man.
The things that you see, like I said, when we see what's going on today, and the people who are running the business, the territory's not being around anymore, and you basically got your main 4. Okay. The no territories.
Wait, who's the 4th?
This
MLW?
Yeah. Well, when you look at
wait. I wouldn't even consider them because if you're going to say that, then you got to talk about fucking Game Changer. They're still out there.
Well, no, okay.
DPW just announced they're going on hiatus.
And what about fucking? You forgot about Juggalo Champion. They got cocaine.
Oh yeah,
I'm talking about the ones that you might hear about on regular wrestling networks, but without the added house shows, with these guaranteed contracts, guys not working as much anymore, the business is taking a total dive. And I would have said this 5 years ago during COVID, even though during COVID when the business started to boom and stuff like that. I think so. If I could take my late 80s class of wrestlers into my 2025 class of wrestlers, those late 80 guys would kick the ass in ring psychology only of everybody today.
Well, you know what? I'm glad you brought that up because that's something I've been thinking about and I want to talk about. So, in the 80s, WWE had a gimmick for everybody. You had the goon, you had a plumber, you had all kinds of motherfuckers.
That was the mid-90s, mid-90s.
Okay, whatever. You had fucking colorful face paint. You had all this shit, right?
Ashton Booger.
Doink the Clown.
And people ate that shit up.
Yep.
But not in the South. In the South, you had Tully Blanchard. In the South, you had the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. In the South, you had the Italian Stallion. In the South, you had fucking Magnum TA.
Arn Anderson.
The toughest man on the planet.
The Christmas Creature.
Now, the Boogie Woogie Man. You remember y'all remember the WCW, the Boogie Woogie Man?
Jimmy Valiant.
Fucking love Jimmy Valiant.
I remember the Yeti.
The fucking Jim. No, this is Jacob. This is way before the fucking Yeti. We're talking fucking Jimmy Boogie Woogie Man.
I'll put it like this: when I was growing up and I was watching my Freebirds and Von Erichs,
Yes.
dude, that's all, I could have watched them every weekend.
Okay, so you had some gimmicks, but for the most part, you had like again,
fights. You had fights.
Okay. I'm gonna ask this. Well, I remember Repo Man Leland. Jesus.
Smash was better.
You shut your whore mouth. He was the black top bully in WCW, and he had a King of the Road match with Dustin Rhodes. Damn it, the natural.
Butch Reed?
Anyway, sit your ass down.
I love Black Rain.
Let me ask you this: what do you think? Do you think that and WWE came in and remember Black Sunday? They bought all the fucking times. They bought Georgia Championship Wrestling's time.
Yeah.
Let's fucking think about that right now. And I think you're the right man to have this conversation with. What happened? What would have happened if the territories didn't go away? With the advent of cable, with everything going on, would we have all these different shows we could choose from? Would there be networks that we were trying to watch? Fucking, the Northern Territory, AWA would still be around probably.
I think you would have watered it down so much. It still would have been. It would have gotten watered down so much. And remember the one thing. Back then, these guys did not hold. There was no loyalty to any one promoter. It was what the promoter is going to pay me the most money. There was no. Yeah. Now, if you could have these guys do the loyalty, I think they still go to the promoter that would show them the most money.
Well, you know who had fucking loyalty? Someone like fucking Black Jack Mulligan. Go back, way back, when he went back down to Florida and became their top guy for the longest fucking time. They were going to fuck him in Jim Crockett, so he went back down to fucking Florida, and he became the baddest motherfucker on the planet.
Here's one for you. I used to watch AWA ESPN every day.
So you saw like 14 episodes of Paul Heyman on every fucking episode, yeah.
I was literally about to say something.
But what I was going to say is, I had to wait till Saturday mornings to see WWF, except for Monday nights when they would have primetime wrestling. And WCW would have their Saturday night show. So my thing was back then, look at the guys that were in that AWA.
Yeah.
Do you blame Vince for getting them to go over to his show and booking them better?
Okay, so when I talk about AWA, this is my problem. The problem with AWA is that Vern did not want to grow. I think that okay. How do I put this? Greg Gagne, really smart guy, was never going to be. I think he didn't have the moxie or the charisma to be the guy. But I absolutely think that he had a mind for the business, much like I think the same relationship between Vince and Shane is. I think that Vern was set in his ways, and Vern would never have to give it up until that eminent domain shit came out. Like that eminent domain fucked him. When he had to fucking give up the property on Lake Minnetonka, he was fucked. But I think if Greg had gotten the reins, I think AWA would have had a fighting chance because they were on ESPN before anybody.
Did AWA do for WWF what WCCW did for NWA/WCW?
Say that again.
It seemed like the WCCW.
No, say that again. I want to hear it again.
Did AWA do for WWF what WCCW, and I should have mentioned Memphis, did for WCW, NWA?
Was it a feeder system? Absolutely. They used it as such. I mean, because hell, you got the Rock and Roll Express, you got Sherry Martel, you got Bobby Heenan, you got Okerlund, you got Hogan. I mean, you got Henning.
Yep.
Think about
the guys. I was gonna say, look at all the guys that came out of that Minneapolis area. Think about it like this: what's the one thing missing? You had Texas, Memphis, Minnesota, New York.
Yeah.
Nothing on the West Coast.
No. Well, no,
So-
to be fair, AWA was on the West Coast for a long time. They had the TV over there, and that's the problem that I always had with Vince. He went out there and he fucked them. Vern, for all the faults he had, was a brilliant guy. He had California. He was doing shows in San Diego. Remember, they were doing the Vegas
Well,
shows.
what I meant by California is the fact of WCCW was out of Texas,
Yes.
Minnesota at AWA, Memphis, then Vince had New York. California didn't have their own thing to where, okay, they always talk about the territory.
They didn't have their own promotion, yeah.
What was the territory out there? It came down from Calgary. That's where the territory
Stampede, yeah.
Stampede. And people in California, to try and connect with a Canadian company, Stampede,
But where could have they done it? There's nobody. There's not a hub in California or for wrestling. I'd never seen it.
and that's why I say today, and that's why I'm saying today's aspect, you got a Florida promotion.
Well, to be fair, no. Even today, no. PWG, Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, they have a pretty good base out there, and I think Los
but
Angeles.
they haven't done shows in like 4 years though.
Yeah.
What I was going to say is you still have your New York connection in WWE. You got your Florida connection back, which used to be Florida Championship Wrestling. Now you got AEW. You still got your Tennessee thing, which is TNA because they're based in Nashville. Take away those three. Think about it. All your regional stuff, except for if your independent shows, it's gone so by the wayside. And like, yeah, you can have your AAAs, your CMLLs, CMLLs, and stuff like that. Your Lucha Libres, your Japans. But the talent pool and how spoiled they've gotten today with the advent of everything that they can do, we're seeing the reduction in quality.
So speaking of a reduction in quality, there's another guy out there who's running a promotion called Fourth Rope, and I think you know about what I'm going to talk about.
West Side.
He runs Fourth Rope Wrestling. He's an avid wrestling fan. He actually did the song for the Hurt Syndicate and performed it. And there's a controversy going around right now that he's saying he will never support WWE ever again. His name is Westside Gunn. He is a performer, rapper, and what happened to him is absolutely disturbing. And I'm going to let Trips jump in here and read his statement.
I am. I haven't started yet. All right. For years, I mean, nobody with 2 feet has spent the amount of money I have supporting and pushing a brand I've loved since I could remember. I sat front row at every big show, literally. All the good times it brought to my life, to the point when I started making music, I incorporated in everything like Wu-Tang did karate. I made people who hated the product watch it again. I made it look cool, when at the time people thought it was nerdy. I've watched the same company sit countless of people next to me who's not even fans for real, and act like I didn't exist. I was threatened to take everything out of my music, which I only did to pay homage, or my whole catalog would be demolished. And everybody knows how hard I worked, coming from Buffalo, for me to get that threat. Just supporting and being a real fan hurted, but I stayed quiet and still, like a crazy man, sat front row because I love the culture. I even just went viral for spending $50,000 on sweets. On my soul, I've only been respectful. I've tried having conversations with one individual because he's causing all these unnecessary cases. And to be honest, he hates seeing a young black successful entrepreneur that could afford those seats and have to watch those chains dance across that screen. To the point Monday Night Raw starts at 8 p.m., I was kicked out by 8:03 after spending $5,000 for a seat plus travel, hotel, etc. in my own city for absolutely nothing.
No, who is this guy?
You're on mute again.
So he's a rapper, and he's very prominently known. To be fair, I'm not super knowledgeable about West Coast Gun, but that's the problem. That lies the problem with WWE itself. This is a company that will stand on its laurels and say that nobody's competition to us, that we're just here. We produce the best product. We do X, Y, and Z. We're not threatened by anything. We're this juggernaut. The World Wrestling Federation, or whatever, like that old. You remember the old fucking voice that used to come out
for over 50 years to recognize symbol of excellence in sports entertainment.
This is them, and when a guy who loves wrestling, not just because you have a lot of guys up there they're saying that it's his connection to AEW, but you have a guy that's there that just loves wrestling, who's pumping money into your fucking company, and you treat him like this. And another thing, they've threatened to fucking sue him over his fucking lyrics and his music because he brings up wrestlers and moves and shit in his lyrics.
Well, I think he samples shit too, doesn't he? Doesn't he sample certain things?
I'm not positive on that.
The words that he's saying will never get. They can't get sued for words. He can't get sued for words.
But the treatment, Gerard, and I'm going to you with this because you're as big a fan as this guy is, and you have supported WWE through ups, downs, and everything in between, and they're treating him like this. So I'm asking you, is it right?
If my only question to you, here's my question, because by listening to this thing right there, is there a backside that he's not telling us?
Like what?
Is there a reason behind what they're doing
He
to him?
performed for AEW and sang a rap song.
Okay, now, if he was on camera with them doing that, now he's buying tickets to sit in the WWE front row? What I would say, legitimately, till he does something, if he does anything stupid at all, get him out of here. But if
they waited 3 minutes and they got him out of there.
If he was just there as a fan, there's really
put it this way, and unfortunately, it sucks to be treated that way.
Yeah, because Snoop Dogg was over there doing stuff, and he's actually in the WWE Hall of Fame, but he also was in fucking AEW.
I'm just saying the fact of, I've seen people ejected for the stupidest stuff, and you know what I say about that? Read the ticket.
That's bullshit, Gerard. He's a fucking fan.
It can happen at Major League Baseball. It can happen in NFL. It can happen in any professional sport.
Do shit.
Well, and here's the thing too. There's a situation a couple weeks ago. There's a situation a couple weeks ago where someone had a page sign in the front row of Raw, and they got their sign confiscated. And I was kind of pissed off at that because, if I'm paying top dollar and paying an arm and a leg and a fucking kidney to go to these shows now, apparently, especially in the front fucking row, because I know those tickets ain't cheap by a long shot. And if I have a sign, I should have a sign that says whatever I want within reason. Because Page doesn't even work for AEW anymore. So, and I don't know, man. Is it confirmed that that's why they kicked him out? Is because
no one said anything. No one.
Yeah, he just doesn't know.
They sent him a cease and desist.
That's what. The only thing that's why the only thing I say about that is, I would want to know the other side of it, because, like I say, all these sports teams and stuff like that. You were let's say you were in, especially for women too, because it happens.
Let me ask you this. A long time ago, there was a guy I know who used to work for WWE, used to wear their fucking suit jackets. He went to an ECW program, and he got booted right out the fucking door just for wearing a WWF jacket.
Yep.
Was that right? Was that fair?
No, but I also considered the piece of shit that did it too.
Okay. So you're going to tell me that they're not pieces of shit for doing it to him?
I hadn't paid a penny. I had not paid a penny, and I got kicked out.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't get paid a penny, and I got kicked out. All I'm saying is, here's a guy who paid the money and stuff like that, and they kicked him out.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is, some of these people, it happens in professional sports all the time, and you'll hear about it. It happens. You know who happens to a lot more? It happens to women when they get on a flight, and like you've seen it. Me and you will see nothing wrong with what a woman might be wearing on a flight.
Will you put that up with the Anthony comment, please, and thank you.
Oh yeah, he's 100% right with that.
Absolutely, you're right. You're right. Because who the fuck is West Side Gun compared to Snoop Dogg? And I get that.
Oh, listen,
yeah. Put it up there. Watch him get thrown out.
It all sucks, but you know what? We already get your money. We don't care. We already get your money. We don't care.
Again, this is a company you support to the fucking hilt. You support this company.
I can't stand any company that throws somebody out for doing nothing wrong, but unfortunately, it's their legal right.
There you go.
What's your name? Mark Brenner. Mark Brenner kicked me out of Monday Night Raw, my $5,000 seat. For no reason. All these people in here. What's your name? Mark Brenner.
That dastardly Mark Brenner.
I want to see, you notice, why didn't he start the video before he threw him out already? The video doesn't show this guy.
Again, you're looking for reasons to defend this company for treating.
No, I'm not looking for reason to defend it.
I think there might be another side to this because I just can't. I don't know that they would just because again it's $5,000, dude. Like that's the thing. Like, and I don't know. I can't see them just throwing him out when he pays that kind of money. You know what I mean? Oh, I got food ready.
And all I'm saying about that is when you see, like I see that video right there, he conveniently started it after he'd already been tossed.
And that's great, but it still happened.
Right. So
tell me what he did wrong.
Yeah, he didn't start until he was already thrown out, so we don't know what he did wrong. I want to know,
Anthony. I completely get where you're coming from, and you're right. You're 100% right. But I'm talking about fucking one. Like I'm talking about human fucking decency. This man dropped 5 fucking G's on this shit. He's there to see a product which is fairly overpriced. Let's just call it what it is. WWE right now is overpriced. $5,000 to sit front row for a fucking weekly television show is horse shit. Let's just say what it is. He's there to support something he's loved since he was a child. Okay, so that's like what happened. Okay, I'm gonna bring it to you for real. We did a report. We reported on something that happened. Granted, leading down that road, we eventually got to meet Gerard Millette, one of my favorite people in the world, because of what we did. WWE tried to take down and destroy this channel, a wrestling company I have loved since I was fucking a little kid. Nothing in that documentary had anything to do with the company itself. It had to do with the misdeeds of one man. Okay? So, but I'm still here and I support wrestling as a whole. My issue is you treat people like shit and you expect them to fucking eat it like it's fucking filet mignon. It's horrible.
And like I said, and my only thing about that, Dan, is like I said, the other 4 major sports leagues does this shit to all their fans all the time. But you know what the difference is? Because it's professional wrestling. Where's my Major League Baseball, my NHL, my NBA, and my NFL fan chats to where people go out there and talk about that stuff? People go out and record that stuff. They don't do that, but it happens at everything. I guarantee you.
Hold on. I want to say this. This Anthony Cat. I don't know where you came from and how you found us, but you keep on fucking.
Got some good
I like this shit. I like this because and again, it goes back to what Gerard says. We don't know, but if from the optics, and that's all we have to go on.
To be honest,
right now,
I don't think we're ever going to find out. I don't think
How about these people that spent the money to go to the Taylor Swift concerts around the world, and Taylor Swift concert gets canceled? Do those people go online and stuff like that and cry and moan, whine and complain? No.
Yes, they do.
Well, but I'm saying is the fact
you don't know Taylor Swift fans, do. You don't know Taylor.
You don't know the Swifties.
It can happen to anybody at any time for any reason. Okay, but the problem, like I said, the ones you hear about the most is the woman who wears the nice clothes who gets kicked off the plane or something like that. Which is the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
In my opinion, WWE is taking a fucking turn for the worst, and I can tell you multiple places. As a guy who used to love going to fucking WWE events, I will not go because they're fucking trash. Fucking like the prices are outrageous.
That's more so. Really sad
even more so. This shirt.
First of all, one other thing. Hey, anybody with the name of West Side Guns?
What's that?
Just the name alone, Guns.
Oh, but you'll have Cardi B on the fucking thing acting like a fucking dumbass. Oh, that's great.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, mostly all of Cardi B's songs are just about popping pussies. And
You'll have that one chick. Who the fuck? I don't remember what the fuck her name was. She was in
Sexy
NXT.
Red.
Sexy Red over there acting like a damn fool, like ratchet as shit. But that's okay. WWE hasn't commented.
I don't think they're going to be honest.
No.
So okay, but I'm going to give you some points here.
They don't comment on anything like that.
The price tag is fucking ridiculous. Go to an AEW, and I'll say this: AEW, on the other hand, very reasonable price tag. You'll get a great show.
Nobody goes.
No, you'll get a great show of wrestling, and you have some really fucking amazing athletes doing their thing.
Well, I don't think it's great, but
it's still nobody goes.
Whatever, fuck y'all. This shirt is a WWE fucking licensed Kevin Owens shirt. The
It's a
quality,
red shirt, and you go with the black tape.
This fucking shirt, the quality has decreased. And again, she will tell you my closet's full of fucking wrestling shirts because I'll wear that, Metal Militia, and I have some fucking mechanic shit.
You're gonna tell me you didn't just go to like Walmart get a nice
No, I did not go fucking get red
some black gorilla tape and put KO on it.
But you know
it's
this.
like when they were selling. Remember when they had the B team for a little bit in
Yes.
WWE, and it was just a fucking white shirt with the letter B on it, and it's like they were selling that shit for like $40.
Listen to me. Listen when I say this. This shirt, the quality has gone down and over the years. AEW, on the other hand, cheaper ticket prices. The merch is better. Now I can back that up, dear. I just bought you a Tony Storm fucking t-shirt from AEW.
Because they come from Pro Wrestling Tees.
Hold on. I just bought you a shirt from AEW, Tony Storm. Now I've bought you that cunty Pentagon shirt that he does the cunty walk that you like, right? Okay. Who had the better quality of shirt? That Tony Storm shirt, right? Yeah. Thank you.
One's from Pro Wrestling Tees, one's from Fanatics. Blame Fanatics.
Yeah, that's true.
They make a mean slide.
But okay. So apparently, yes, they make a mean slide shoe for fucking flip flop. Anyway,
here's the problem with this. It's just like, and I think this is where AEW could take advantage of this because I'm saying because the whole like WrestleMania and Saudi Arabia thing. Nick Khan came out recently and is like, I really think that the fans would want to even take a chance and make the trip out to Saudi Arabia. Like people are gonna fucking fly to the Middle East for WrestleMania. And
I think we've talked about it, so I know where you're going. And if you
this is something AEW could take advantage of because if they need to hold a big event during that
Madison Square Garden.
Yeah,
other place on the planet.
Yeah, it's like they need to do something like that. And I think same thing with WrestleMania in Vegas this year. They got to do some type of big event with all these promotions.
Yeah, they should do it in New Orleans. They should do it in New Orleans. We're fucking okay. So WWE fucked New Orleans and went back to fucking.
Well, they're getting money in the bank, Dan. Come on, they're getting money in the bank.
Why did they do a big event in Indianapolis before WWE gets a chance to do their big event in Indianapolis?
Go sit down, Gerard. Go take a nap. Go take a nap.
No.
Sick of your shit.
I don't need to take naps.
If I'm AEW, this is what I'm saying. If you want to get a second mortgage, go watch a WWE event. If you want to pay your house to go to a WWE, go ahead. If you want to rock the house, come to a fucking AEW event because at least you will have a good time, have a badass fucking experience. I'm sorry that
you just did more of a promo than they do for their own shows. So.
Yeah, I mean, if I would have not known what AEW was prior to I would have probably believed it. But no, I mean, it's like, I wouldn't say it's badass by any stretch.
Dan just got a better promo than they do their own shows.
See, I was believing it for a second. I'm just like,
hold on, I gotta make a call.
He's
fucking buying it, bro. I don't know what the fuck to do here.
I was like, man, he was describing this high octane show. I'm like, man, is he describing Nitro Circus? Like, what's he describing?
Yes, I have enough Adderall. I'm fine. I don't need any more Adderall.
He got Tony Khan on the other line.
I love you too. Bye. Anyway, back to the show.
Was that Tony or Dave?
Nobody.
I think they can use that.
No. It was
they keep the tickets cheap. They can use that to their advantage. I think
it was the goat. It was the goat, the guy who does our promotion.
Oh, okay. No, I see. I know he's at work, so.
Yes, I would like. Yeah, please let us know Let us know what
Chimel's
the
not
card
watching
is for
this shit.
Cena's last night. Let us know. We're going to talk about the card for Cena's last night.
Yes.
I just saw it. Rusev versus Damian Priest. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Sheamus.
Yeah.
The Miz versus Jey Uso. LA Knight versus surprise competitor.
Versus the who?
Surprise competitor.
Oh. So speaking of that, and I look at, so we all know tomorrow night it's in Boston.
Do.
I would not be going.
You're not a fan.
I don't have that kind of money.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, how much fucking is it? Jesus.
Well, so I think the cheapest ticket in Boston right now like $220 or something like that.
Oh yeah, that's ridiculous.
I'm gonna
Oh no, Vegas is a good like it's a good idea for them.
Another overpriced hellhole though.
Because they made so much money last year. That's the whole reason why they're doing it.
It's overpriced.
Yeah. It's
what are your thoughts on my last comment? I'm going to hold on. Well, the infrastructure for tourism for that city, but here's the problem. Even Vegas has gotten to the point of overpricing this. Okay, you used to be able to get there for $40 a night, $40 a night for hotels and stuff like that.
Yeah, but that's when fucking the mafia ran it, and it was the Bellagio. Chill the fuck out.
$40 right now.
Circus is still pretty cheap, you know, if you want to, you know.
$40 right now won't even get you the lady of the night over there, though.
Yeah.
Jacob wants to go to the Moonlight Bunny Ranch, though. I know that.
I mean, are those still things? I mean, I don't know. I could support it, you know. Good old bathhouses, what they're called. I don't know. Brothels.
That's like bathhouses are for men.
Bathhouses are for men. Oh, I don't fucking know. I'm uncultured, you know.
Dan, I'm glad you
Or at least their own, as I say.
Jesus.
No, it's not. No, I never said that they're the only ones doing it. I'm saying to you, what I've said is this, okay?
I love how he speaks out of both sides of his mouth. 1 second, fuck their prices, they're pieces of shit. That Vince would never do this. I don't know. And the next second, they're the greatest company around. They gave me a jacket, cut my hair in a chili bowl.
Listen,
whenever I worked there, they put a bowl on top of my head and cut my hair. I'm Gerard Millette. I support this message.
I've never had a bowl cut, you mullet. My
He
God.
had a $1 million man's haircut.
Oh.
And just so you,
Wait a minute, J-Man, just so you know, not anymore.
just so you know, Anthony, at the end of this show, if you watch our outro, that is in fact Gerard Millette getting pushed to the ground by one Sid Vicious. Just to let you know, we never let him forget that. There was no there was definitely justice there. You watching your, huh?
And you know, speaking of that, because we only got 2 minutes left. Just so you people listening right now, the next time you'll see us is the night after Survivor Series.
Yeah, next week we will be taking the night off because Gerard decided that his life is more important than this show that none of us.
Next 2 weeks.
Damn it.
The next 2 weeks.
We're out for 2 weeks because Gerard decided. Well,
I am going to be going to this lovely place behind me. Okay, and I have not decided anything. I decided because of the sake of my marriage, which I'll be celebrating my 15th anniversary with my lovely wife, that I'll be taking her to the Canary Islands for our 15th wedding anniversary.
Hell yeah.
But maybe we'll figure something out, and me and Jacob will do a Marks with Gerard gone. That would be
it'd be fun. You know, we'll have AI Gerard here.
We could actually focus on nothing but lucha and talk about old wrestling. Oh,
yeah,
we got like 50 seconds, but we could actually focus on deadbeat dads.
Yep.
And one Dominic Mysterio, and probably going in to have a feud with his father, Raymond.
Oh, that was such a great promo, man.
Don't you ever talk about my father? Fuck.
That was dude. Dom's the great. You know, in a perfect world, I would have Dom retire Cena, but you know we're not there yet, so it's gonna be Gunther. But yeah, Dom's on fire right now. Cannot complain.
He's not in a tropical area right now. Right now, he's in the fucking cold winter tundra that is
New England.
Yep.
And that's.
I keep wanting to say you're in Westbury, Westbury.
Well, I am 10 miles from West Newbury, Massachusetts.
Do 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 do.
But the night after Survivor Series will be the next night we come to you guys.
Well,
All of you Marks have been listening to the Marks Podcast on YouTube.